want to thank all the tens of thousands of dedicated employees that have put their hands on this incredible ship and dedicated their lives to the Space Shuttle program. As Americans, we endeavor to build a better life than the generation before, and we endeavor to be a united nation. In these efforts, we are often tested. This mission represents the power of teamwork, commitment, and exploration. It is in the DNA of our great country to reach for the stars and explore. We must not stop. To all of the millions watching today, including our spouses, children, family, and friends, we thank you for your support.
Where we stop, nobody knows. No, to the stars if you really want it. Got a jet pack with your name on it. Above the clouds in the atmosphere. To say the words and we out of here. Hold my hand if you're feeling scared. We're flying up, out of here. Here we go.
Okay, Holmes burn starting in 5 seconds. About now. Here we go. Whoa.
Take my
spectacular ride. I couldn't see anything but the lockers, but it was still a lot of fun.
No master alarms.
I'll have to say it was a lot different than flying on the Soyuz.
All right.
You guys look great. You know why I'm wearing these? Because it looks cool.
Hey, I've got a pair of those. Yeah. Hey, I want that asparagus.
Have some Fiesta chicken. It's the best stuff.
I ain't never been to space before.
Houston on the big loop. We're tally-ho with the station. Initiating RPM on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. And station captures confirmed.
Endeavor arriving.
Demon. Welcome aboard the station.
Thank you. Isn't that exciting? I've only seen that launch video like once or twice before, and it still gets me excited. It's a wonderful crew. You might recognize the person in the front, Mark Kelly. He's the twin brother of the person, Scott Kelly, who flew in space for almost a year, just very recently. So space is really cool, and I'm really excited about this mission, this last mission that I got to fly. I would have shown you the whole 12-minute video, but then it had taken all the time from my talk. So I did cut out a couple more minutes to share with you the end of this mission, a very important milestone mission in the assembly of the International Space Station.
Such a pity.
For the OPS standoff, use a very ultralight ninja graceful ballerina grip, as we talked about. ED2 is ready with ninja ballerina grip.
So we'll have twice as much for us to commiserate. We can't help but be proud with nobody.
In behalf of the STS-134 crew and the Expedition 27 crew, space station assembly is complete.
This space station, the pinnacle of human achievement and international cooperation. And now it's the brightest star in the sky and hopefully the doorstep to our future.
these guys. Yeah, thanks, Ron. Appreciate all the help. It's a pleasure serving with you, boys. Go Navy.
Up through the stony ground, there's no room.
See, as we come up on about our 200th sunrise of the mission, we can clearly see AMS now on station and ELC-3. I just want to congratulate the whole team on the ground and the Expedition 27 and 28 crews for all the hard work that you guys have put into this. We're the ones that get to see this incredible view, but you're all with us in spirit, and this is really a new day for science aboard the space station. So thanks to all of you.
It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day.
The International Space Station, one of the engineering marvels of our civilization. International cooperation, teamwork. It took 40 shuttle missions to put the space station together. 15 nations. The space station is the size of a football stadium, of a sports stadium. A microgravity asset, the only place where we can get continuous microgravity to learn things for discovery, taking the gravity vector out of the equation, to observe our planet from 250 miles above the Earth's surface, to test things, technologies outside of our atmosphere. This outpost is an amazing facility, and now it is complete and it's ready for use. So as we look at the wonderful facility and all the laboratories that have been highlighted in this video, we see the cupola, the window at the bottom of the space station, right here. And the cupola is our window to look at our planet. And I'm gonna get this video to work. If you could run the video, that'd be great. And if not, I'll just describe what you see. We should be seeing here we go, a time release video. Of course, we don't go around the Earth that fast, but we see our planet from 250 miles up. And what comes to mind is how precious this place is that we live. It makes us wonder why there's fighting. It makes us want to protect our fragile atmosphere. I've heard my colleagues describe our planet as sort of a space station, but a much grander space station. That we not only need to be passengers, but actual crew members. Crew members taking care of our spaceship Earth, this wonderful planet that is hurling around the sun in our solar system. So, with that, we think toward the future. But with an uncertain future, we need to expand our footprint. We need to learn. We need to explore. We need to think about new problems to solve. We need to have a backup plan. And so this is what I'll try to present with you over the next 7 minutes of what I think our future might be in space over the next 100 years. Now I'm straddling two areas of the 5 verticals at Slush here. I'm straddling what's it gonna be like in 100 years and our backup plan for the planet. So here we go. This is a wonderful photograph that was taken on the surface of the moon of our planet. And as I spoke to this former Apollo astronaut, I said, what was going through your mind? What were you thinking about? And he was thinking about how wonderful this planet is, this beautiful blue orb in the sky of the moon. So how can we use space to advance our civilization? What are the uses of space? And how can we put it to good work and to our best advantage? By thinking of our history, sometimes that can guide us toward the future. And I often wonder, what was the conversation that Christopher Columbus had with Queen Isabella when he was trying to convince her, and actually he spent quite a bit of time, a longer period of time than 5 years ago when I was in space. I think he spent almost 10 years trying to convince Queen Isabella and her advisors that he needed to go to the New World. He needed to go find the East Indies. I think he used 3 reasons. One was discovery. But hindsight will tell us that we didn't find the East Indies. So it's really not about the destination, it's more about the journey. I think the second argument that Christopher made to Queen Isabella was commerce, to advance our industries. And hindsight will tell us that the way our industries and the way commerce evolved could have never been predicted by Christopher Columbus or Queen Isabella. And finally, colonization. I come from the States. I'm a little biased, but I appreciate all of the Americas, which were colonized as a result of those early expeditions 500 years ago. And we're in that same phase right now. These patterns repeat. If in U.S. history, Lewis and Clark is another example. I see myself running out of time, but you know where I'm headed with the story. Infrastructure in outer space. The space station is just a start, but we have 3D printers in space. How can we use space to move the damaging activity that we do here on the surface out to outer space? It's a great challenge. And honestly, I don't know which problems can even be solved, but it's exciting to think about. I've seen Elon Musk on about half of the presentations that I've watched here at Slush, and that's because he's a visionary. In the spirit of what you all are, innovators, risk takers, investors in our future, he believes that we're going to colonize Mars. He contemplates a huge ship that would take hundreds of people multiple times to get tens of thousands of people to live and work on the planet. I watched The Martian. You know, I love Matt Damon and I love the whole story, but it captures the thinking that Elon Musk is envisioning. It's a wonderful opportunity. Near-Earth asteroids. Governments debate on, do we go to Mars? Do we go to asteroids? Do we go back to the moon? But there are commercial companies, planetary resources, deep space industries, thinking about how we could use the resources that are on an asteroid to expand our footprint here on the planet. Some people thought even 5 years ago, an asteroid, that's 100 million miles away. How could you get to an asteroid? What were the people thinking in Columbus's day when he was talking about going across the Atlantic Ocean? It's very similar. And it's exciting to add resources, the innovation, the technology development involved in those sorts of expeditions. And now the moon. If you talk to Buzz Aldrin or you talk to other former astronauts or people that work for NASA or ESA or other space agencies around the world, there's debate. There are countries that are dedicated to going back to the moon. But I'll say that the moon inspired me. When I was 7 years old, which is almost 50 years ago now, I was inspired, had a dream of being an astronaut. Never thought I'd be one. But the moon has opportunity as well. Maston, Moon Express, and others want to join in on the expedition of all of these celestial bodies that surround the planet Earth. So what will the astronaut look like, or the astronauts, in 100 years from now? They're going to look like you, all of you, diverse, from different countries, from different cultures. You don't have to be a billionaire. You don't have to be working for the government. You can be a private citizen, and you will be a private citizen, and that's what our astronaut corps is going to be in the future. Elon Musk has a vision of taking tens of thousands of people to space to colonize Mars. But to have 10,000, we'll have to have the first 1,000. And to have the first 1,000, we'll have to have the first 100, the first 10, the first handful. So all of us, the government, the private sector, the government-trained astronauts, the commercially trained astronauts, we have to make the commitment to have private citizens doing work in space, not just tourism, not just government-sponsored research, but citizens living and working in space. And I think that's our future. Thank you. All right, my mic is turned off, but, okay. I'll introduce. Okay, so could we have the last slide, please? I just wanted to tee that up for you so you weren't surprised. Anyway, I would like now to introduce Kalle from Space Nation. He's got a special event to announce.
Thank you, Greg. So my name is Kalle Vähäjaklo from Kohu Experience in the Space Nation. And we sent earlier this year some Space Seed science kits to space. And here we are now rewarding by that an exciting competition for Finnish teachers. If you may, Space Nation partner Sanna from Fun Academy.
Hi, I represent Fun Academy, a Finnish education company. We work mostly in the early years education space, and in that area we were creating a tool for ourselves to be able to make fantastic, engaging learning games for kids. And then a few teachers asked us whether they could actually start using that tool. And then we decided to open up our builder tool to all Finnish teachers for them to compete about creating the most innovative and exciting learning game that they can find and create. And they found that in funlearning.com. One of the teachers who found this competition created an interesting game or story. With technology, he was able to really tell a story in an exciting and creative way. The person who created this winning story was a Finnish teacher, Henrik Forsgård, and now he will be awarded with a package of space seeds. Congratulations, Henrik.
Thank you, Greg, for the great speech. I'd actually want to send my own seeds to space, but since that's not possible, this is the next best thing. Thank you.